To the Coach Approach podcast with myself, Dom Dorico, in another bite-sized episode of the topic that I'm going to cover: supplements. For those of you that are new here, I am normally with the little princess, Phil. We do the podcast together, but today he's at a dentist appointment, so we've had to reschedule. But I still wanted to use this time to go over maybe another topic, and one of those topics is going to be the supplements, and topic of conversation that I have a lot with people. So I'm going to give you my view on supplements, what I tell my one-to-one clients, what I take, and this is based on me reading up and studying this for over 5 years. Been learning from mentors, learning from education staff, going through these supplement companies. And what I have done personally is I have narrowed this down to my foundational five. And this is going to be based on mostly everyone. There are going to be people that this doesn't apply to. People will have probably need some more supplements, and that'll be individually dependent because maybe they're taking performance enhancement drugs, maybe they've got some sort of condition, whatever it may be. But for most people, I believe these foundational five supplements is going to be very helpful for most of you. What is important to note as well is that you still need to have a good fucking diet, guys. You still need to have a damn good diet. I say damn good diet, you need to be about 78% there. Some people seem to think, I'm going to take these supplements and not worry about my fruit, not worry about my vegetables, not worry about my protein intake. That's really not how it works. I think once you tidy up the diet first, these can add to it. But also the caveat to that, I've had clients who were still trying to tidy up their diet, but I've added these supplements in because they are majorly deficient in it. And we're just waiting for the waiting for the food to kind of top that up and get it at a stable level. So there's two ways of approaching supplements. Number one, where obviously, if you're taking these supplements that I recommend, but are still got terrible sleep, not hitting protein, haven't eaten crappy foods, you're not really thinking of it the right way. So this is based on, let's say you've got really good fruit intake, really good vegetable intake, got your protein intake, whole foods mostly, with some snacks inside. How can we now improve our body, improve little areas, and get the most out of health and wellness and fitness? Okay, so this is my top five, guys, and in no particular order. Number one is going to be magnesium glycinate. Now, remember that second word, glycinate. There's a lot of other or variations of magnesium that don't have that second word. You need to be picking a supplement company that's reputable and good that has magnesium glycinate with a G. All right. I won't go into all the details on this bite-sized episode because I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, but with all the details of why and what's involved and stuff like that. But just make sure you get the glycinate magnesium or magnesium glycinate. That would be my, one of the ones. Why would we want that before I even move on to the second one? Of course. Why would we want magnesium? Well, it helps with our sleep. It helps our body deal with stress. It helps the nervous system. It has a calming effect, and it also can help muscle contraction. So there's many benefits to magnesium. The dosages of this can be depending on the person, of course. Whatever you normally buy will give you some general recommendations. I'm not going to give you a recommendation straight away because I don't know the people that are listening to this podcast. But normally as well, a lot of people are like, oh, what are the timings that we need to have this? Actually, I'll go with that at the end. I'm going to go with that at the end. I'm just going to do the top five and then I'll talk about like timings and stuff like that. So number one, but again, no particular order, would be the magnesium glycinate. Number two that I have and that my clients will have and that I recommend is going to be vitamin D3 and K2. Now, why do we want that? Well, especially for people that live in countries like England. Blimey, yesterday was like the Bahamas and today was like fucking Scotland where it's cloudy, miserable and rain. We don't really see that much sunlight. So what does vitamin D3 and K2 do? Well, it can help our immune system. It can help muscle function. It can help the body absorb calcium as well. There are so many benefits to vitamin D3 and K2 and it's very, very important, especially in the bodybuilding scene as well, for, performance in the gym. Vitamin D3 and K2 can be shown to be really, really helpful. I take droplets. I think droplets are the best form. So I would always take that morning and evening as well. Well, actually, I said I was going to go to the timings at the end, so I won't say it just now. So number two, well, that is two, magnesium glycinate. Number two, vitamin D3, K2. Number three is going to be zinc. Zinc I absolutely love. And not many people actually supplement this, which I don't think is a good thing. So, what does zinc actually do? Well, it can help with our immune system as well. It can help our bones. It can help our hair. It can help our nails. It can help our skin. It can help our vision. It can help oxidative stress that our body goes through. It has great, it helps us with cognitive function. Okay. Many bloody positives and positive things that we can take from zinc. Um, that not many people know. What is our body made of? Skin, hair, bones, nails, stuff like that. And everyone wants good skin. Everyone wants good hair. Everyone wants good nails. So zinc is great. And number one as well from that is the immune system. Immune system, all of the stuff that I mentioned is going to help the immune system in one way, shape, or form. But if we have a strong immune system, that's going to help our body fight diseases, fight bugs, fight viruses. You don't want to be ill all the time. And I always see people ill so many times. And I know for a fact, one, they're probably not dealing with their stress very well. They're eating crap. They're not taking. They're deficient in micronutrients. And it really annoys me because some people say, oh, I'm just always ill. No, 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 no. You're not always ill. Well, yeah, you are always ill, but it's not that, oh, my body gets all ill, just always gets ill. It's like, no, you are not giving your body the right things to help build a stronger body. And these are the things that can help. So that was my third one, zinc. Number 4 is going to be omegas. Okay. I take omega 3, 6, and 9. Wham it all down me. But again, why would you want to take omegas? Well, it's good for brain and body support. It helps our learning, memory, and mood. I love saying that all in one go because it comes off the tongue very quick. But omegas are great for brain health, cognitive function, even for people that eat fish. I eat fish as well, and I have omegas on top. So I'm never shy of being on top of my omega account or omega intake. And a lot of people don't eat fish. A lot of people don't eat enough fish. So what is great? What is cost effective? Fish can be quite expensive as well. So what's cost effective? Supplements as well. That can really help. So that's another reason why sometimes I have clients that have got terrible diet and we're trying to build on that. I say, right, you need to take omegas pretty much immediately because that's going to bring that up straight away whilst we're working on your diet. So omegas are great for immune system, brain health, cognitive, memory, mood, all that type of stuff. So those are 4 so far. Now, the 5th one that I put down was it can and can't. It is a multivitamin, and that's like a top up. So, as a cost-effective way with clients, I'll always say to them, what money can you put towards supplements? And there's no right or wrong answer with this. My job as a coach is to get the most from the least as well. And if they say, look, mate, I've only got 20 quid, 30 quid this per month or this month to get something, what do you reckon? And I'll say, right, I'll get a multivitamin. Let's make sure we're getting loads of good fruit in and make sure we're getting red meat in. That can cover a lot of basis for a lot of people that have deficient in a lot of things. The other stuff that I'm mentioning is, the top ups to everything. It can be costly for sure. Don't get me wrong, depending on where you buy it. So that's why it's always about where do you want to put your money? A lot of the time, to be fair, a night out, you spend what, 100, 150, 200 quid. This is not going to be that much. So it depends if you want to just sacrifice a night where you could be having supplements for a whole month, maybe 2 months worth of supplies of supplements. But generally, if a client has really got absolutely no money at all, but they've got 20, 25 quid, I'd always say a multivitamin, and let's make sure we get some good red meat and fruit and veg. So that covers a lot of micronutrient bases, and can give you the good kickstart. So that was my 5th one, and then my kind of 5th slash, well, I would say multivitamin slash creatine. Creatine is phenomenal. It's the most studied supplement out there. We know how important it is and how good it is. So I don't really need to be going into how good it is because you've probably heard it all over the place. Creatine is great for females. Naturally, females have naturally less creatine levels. Creatine is great for energy. It's been shown for great cognitive function. The way we think, our brain works. It can help us focus. It can help us have better sleep. So creatine is great. It's good for the pump as well. It's good for energy in the gym. And what does that mean? More training performance. So it can help us build more muscle. So it doesn't correlate in actually building more muscle. It just gives us more energy, which then we could perform better in the gym, which then which leads on to building more muscle. So I can't just take creatine and get big. So those would be my kind of go-tos. Those are my foundational 5. Now, why is your favorite bodybuilder telling you that he can you can have all of this ashwagandha, all of this and this and this and this and this. I'll tell you why. Because nearly every bodybuilder that's quite big that you're following is being sponsored by um, supplement companies, and they are getting their supplements for free. I know this because I have friends that do it. Okay. And then when they have loads of supplements, they need to do a video. And this is what I'm taking. This is what I'm taking. This is what I'm taking. Half the stuff you don't need. Trust me. And their supplement box. I know. I think I actually was really nerdy about this. I think I saw one of the coaches that got their box from the supplements company, and I added up all the total, and it was like 400 to 500 quid worth of supplements for the month. Who's got that amount of money to spend on supplements? Like, come on. And the reason they do that is because they get it for free. Do they probably need all of it? Probably not. So that's something you need to be taken into account for. There's a lot of bodybuilders that are sponsored who are trying to sell you stuff with their discount code, meaning they get money from you buying the supplements and then them telling you that you need all of this when you don't. Though this top five, my five supplement stack, the foundational supplement stack is pretty much what most people need. Now, there is obviously a caveat to that. There are going to be bodybuilders or people that are taking performance enhancement drugs that will need to do blood work, which then leads on to going, right, you need to supplement this. You know, you might be eating loads of food, therefore you need a digestive stack, which means it will help break down the foods in your body. You know, if you're eating north of maybe 4.5, 5,000 calories, you know, you may need to help with your sleep because you're so big in terms of like muscle. You're struggling to sleep because you've got so much muscle tissue and fat. You know, there are caveats to what I am saying, but like I said, for most people like myself or the general population, or you know, my mate or a dad with some kids who goes to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, is not trying to go on stage or anything like that. You know, these top five, or my top five supplement stack, will be hugely beneficial to you. A lot of supplements as well are awful, guys. They are so awful that you don't need a lot of what they're selling. The quality of supplements as well is important. So, for example, there are going to be, like, I would actually call out Holland and Barrett with this. Their supplements, although let's say you've got NutriAdvance, who I'm actually part of, and I'm not actually giving discount codes away because I actually don't work with them in that respect. I'm a registered health practitioner there, and my clients can get discounts because I work with them. But NutriAdvance is a very, should we say, well-established, high-quality brand. So let's say NutriAdvance magnesium glycinate, and then you've got Holland and Barrett magnesium and glycinate, both saying exactly the same thing. However, the quality matters. You could be wasting a lot of money at Holland and Barrett, for example, with their supplements, but because the way it's made or what the manufacturer is of poor quality. So you do need to make sure you're buying from good, reputable, solid supplement companies. It's very important that, and that's something I learned massively. So that's something I want you to take in consideration. The top five supplements that I've said, timings, I forgot, said I was going to mention that as well. I have mine every morning and evening. You know, the magnesium can be argued that having it in the evening will help better sleep. So if you take all of the magnesium in the morning, you know, I would actually try and split that up. I just like having morning and evening. Vitamin D3 and K2, I have morning and evening. Zinc, I have morning, sometimes in the evening. Omegas, I have morning and evening. Creatine, I have 1 gram of 1 gram of creatine for every 10 kilo body weight. So I'm having about 10 grams, which is 2 scoops. And then your multivitamin would just be once a day. So, and you would be wanting to have it after your meal. You never want to be having them you never want to be having them on a empty stomach. So important to note as well. So quite a lot of stuff that I've just covered there, guys. Hopefully that has become, or that has enlightened you to some things that do go on in the bodybuilding world and supplement world. You know, most important thing is going to be tidying up your fruit, your vegetables, your protein intake and whole foods. Then start adding these in, or you could technically still have these in while you're trying to sort it out, but do not rely on it full time. It's only going to be like a short sprint if that's going to be the case. And then yeah, that's it. There's a lot of people that are trying to sell you rubbish, so don't fall for it. Don't waste all your money on these supplements that your favorite bodybuilder or influencer, or even your local coach who's a bodybuilder and got supported and is saying use my discount code. A lot of it's baloney, so be careful with that, and be mindful there are going to be exceptions to people that are taking performance enhancement drugs or physically got a condition that may need to have something different. Um, and then just don't trust many people except me. You can trust me because I'm actually just calling the bullshit out. So I'm going to do a recap: magnesium glycinate, vitamin D3 and K2, zinc, omegas, multivitamin. If you can't afford the others, creatine. It's going to set you up perfectly with fruit, with vegetables, with protein. Get some red meat in you. Train hard. Wham, you're going to feel good and sleep. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to this bite-sized episode on supplements. This is the advice that I give my one-to-one clients. This is the advice I give to everyone, with some exceptions, possibly with females as well. There are arguments for certain female supplements, which I might actually go into on another bite-sized episode. You've got things like your B12 supplements as well. Supplement needs do PCOS kind of supplements, which I've been told has been pretty good, which I'm going to research more into. But there might be slightly different caveats to female supplementation. However, females, if you go with what I've just said, are going to be perfect. Trust me. So stick to that. My top 5, my foundational 5. If you've got any questions, please reach out to me on Instagram. I'm looking forward to seeing you and on the next episode.